Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the FPL Tom YouTube channel ahead of the Game Week 8 deadline stream. We're, of course, here nice and early to hopefully help you put out the strongest team available for Game Week 9. Of course, any dilemmas that you do have with your team, get them in the comments as we'll try to answer as many as we possibly can. As you can probably hear from my voice, got a little bit of a cold, but we're all right. We've got some honey and lemon. We've got some tissues. We should be fine. And we're not streaming for like hours and hours on end. That's fine. The voice will be fine. Of course, it will hold up. The big decision with my team this week, as you can see on screen, is whether or not we do bench boost. We do have 4 free transfers in hand, so we do have a little bit of maneuverability. Of course, if we want to use them today, the plan wasn't to use them and take 5 into next week. However, Kaisedo being flagged has, of course, put a little bit of doubt around our bench boost. And, of course, has maybe left us with a little bit of doubt around whether or not it's actually going to be possible. So, yeah, just got a random notification from Instagram. So, thanks for that, Instagram. Of course, we've got a poll as well. Get your votes in for that one. Get your votes in for your top captaincy picks for this game week. Let me know who you're captaining. I think it's going to be pretty obvious, but I still want to see who you guys are thinking maybe as well. If, of course, you are looking at alternative options, it would be great to of course, know who those alternative options are going to be as well. But the big thing that could happen today, and very much probably will happen today, is we're going to hit 20,000 subscribers on the channel. That isn't quite accurate. We're like 5 off, I think. Maybe 5, maybe 6. Let me have a quick refresh on my phone. We're actually 5 off. So we're 5 away from 20,000 subscribers on the channel. So if you haven't already, make sure you're hitting that subscribe button. If you are an existing subscriber as well, want to help us hit that goal, make sure you're hitting that like button as well. It does push the stream out to more people. And like I said, let's just try and get as many people in here today. Let's smash through that 20k subscriber mark. And yeah, let's just see where we end up today. So yeah. Thank you again already for the support. There's probably going to be a lot of thank yous in today's stream, especially when we hit 20k. But of course, make sure you are you're liking, you're subscribing. Let's get that 20k done, and we'll have a look in a little bit. All right. Let's see what we've got kicking off in the chat. They're nice and early doors. We've got lots of people saying hi, mate. Hi, hope you're all doing well. We've got Nick asking Bruno and Gok to Saka and Waltermada. Bowen were with it. Bowen were for free transfers. It is very much a luxury move, and this is something that I kind of looked up myself. It is very, very luxury. And I do think maybe you could just probably get away with not having Saka this week, sticking with Gok, sticking with Bruno, and probably seeing how the landscape goes next week. Have 4 frees, because this is the thing, right? Liverpool's projected data looks incredible for the next few weeks. Like, honestly, unbelievable. Like, really, really good. So, like, if they get kicking in this week, and, like, Isak's looking good, Salah's looking good, I think we could be in a position. So I think if your team's fine, maybe don't make the luxury move this week. Maybe just hold off, see how you're going. John says, considering doing Bruno and Statch to Sar and Enzo, I like both of those moves. I think they're pretty good moves. Good morning, Tom. I have the itch to start Ndai over Rinders. I mean, Ndai is a penalty taker. Look, I'm never ever going to say to you guys, not starting a penalty taker is not a good idea, because it's always going to be a good idea. They've got that route to points, defensive contributions, which he probably will be picking up quite a few of, with it being a, you know, away from home game, probably going to be putting in more tackles, more defensive work for him. So I don't hate it as a pick. Do I start Enzo regardless? Jaden Anthony first sub. Is Jaden Anthony back? Because I know he was flagged over the international break, right? So maybe you want to potentially monitor there. Rodon, Senesi, or Richards. 2 players to select. I probably would go with... Ooh, I think I'd back the home team. So I'd go Richards and Rodon. Yeah, that's where my mind would probably be. Yo, mate, so happy for the FPLCartel, by the way. Yes! That is obviously the other new thing that me and Golden Goal are launching. Obviously, he's live as well right now. That is something that me and Tom are launching or attempting to get off the ground. This is like a little bit of behind-the-scenes stuff that we're waiting just to be sorted. But yeah, we announced, obviously did our first preview stream on Wednesday night. You can go and check that out on his channel. And basically, that is what we are going to be launching. We're going to be launching an exclusive podcast with a Discord with it, where you get access to me and Tom. There's going to be like a deadline section in there where, of course, you can ask us specific questions just for like deadlines. And what you get with me and Tom as well is we both actually finish our streams early, so those last 2 hours before the deadline, we're both just going to be sat in that Discord or you know, doing other things, but we'll just be popping in and out. So you've got that, again, exclusive access to me and Tom. There's also mini leagues as well with some great prizes. We've been working up some good merch, so you know, decent stuff to give away to you guys as well. So that will be launching very, very soon. The page is looking really, really good. The Discord that I've put together, we've had some work from someone who builds a very good betting Discord. Like, it just looks unbelievable. Genuinely a really, really good service that we think we're offering to people. Hopefully all is well and we can launch it next week. But like I said, we're just waiting for a few things like behind the scenes to just click in. Nothing that me and Tom are doing. It's all to do with like setting up stuff and like the legalities of stuff. But other than that, we should be good to go. And we think for the price that you pay for the service, like, you know, you're going to have... is that a bin truck? I think a bin truck's going into the car park next to me, by the way. But yeah, we ultimately think that, yeah, that is a bin truck. There's just a bin truck reversing into the car park on a Saturday. Like, if I wasn't streaming and that woke me up at 7 o'clock, I would be annoyed. Yeah, what was I trying to say? Basically, the price that we've got it is at a reasonable price, where basically you're sort of playing for like a super chat and getting one question off someone, whereas there you're getting unlimited access to 2 high quality YouTubers. So I think it's a pretty good deal. Edzo's in the chat, one of our channel members. Thank you very much, man. Yeah, if Anthony's fit, I'd start Enzo, and like if he doesn't play, like he's not gonna come off the bench, is he? I think he's either out or he's in. So Jane Anthony comes in, right? What other questions have I missed? Pedro should be well rested and score. I hope so. I really, really hope so. I think João Pedro having that international break off is going to have done him the world of good, in my opinion. By the way, guys, if you are enjoying today's stream, make sure you're liking, commenting, all that good stuff. Get the likes in, get the subscriptions in. Obviously, like I said, today could be the day where we do hit 20,000 subscribers. I'm going to have a quick refresh, see where we're at. 4 to go. 4 to go, all right? 4 to go. I apologise if you can hear the bin lorry as well that is working in the car park next to my building. I jumped off Rogers to Bruno G just as the differential was priced out by 0.1 million for Gordon. Hope it pays off. I don't really see any value in Bruno Guimaraes as an FPL pick, but watch him absolutely just go and score like 5 today now. I've said that. That's usually the way it goes, right? My 11 is Raya, Gabriel, Alderente was pictures in training, Richards, Rinders, Foden, Semenyo, Xavi, Hall and João Pedro. Gokres, benches Dubravka, Minter, Tarkowski and Sense. I bench boost. Like, if you've got a full 15, get the bench boost out of the way. I would be looking to get the bench boost out of the way before game week 10. That's my plan anyway. If I can't get it done this week, I'm getting it done next week. Ultimately, right, I think a lot of us, there might be a position maybe if Salah looks really good over the weekend in the game tomorrow, where we go, yeah, maybe we've got to get Salah, or Isak looks good and we go, right, okay, maybe we've got to get Isak. Because the Liverpool run is looking very good from the 11FI numbers, also on the Solio numbers as well. And if we look at the betting data for this week, they're top. They're top for projected goals, and no team I see has any Liverpool attackers in it. So this could be a big game-changing week, and that is why I'm trying to maybe just hold off on making any moves right now, because I do think if Liverpool look really, really good tomorrow, then we might be in a position where we go tomorrow and we go, shit, we actually need some Liverpool players in here. We've got to make our moves and we've got to get them in somehow. So yeah, that's kind of where my head is at with that one, and one of the main reasons that if Kaisedo is fit and available, we're going to get the bench boost out of the way. It doesn't look like the best bench in the world, but I don't care as long as we get above 10. I think it's still a successful bench boost. Start Dubravka or Vicario? I would go Dubravka. Yeah, go Dubravka on that one, mate. Who have Spurs got? Villa. It's at home, but yeah, I'd still probably go Dubravka. I think you could probably keep Xavi for like the next game, and then you can probably see see how Enzo's doing ultimately, right? You can do that. What are my future plans for Gyökeres? Great question. The plan is to downgrade him. Yeah, the plan is to downgrade him in maybe next week, all the way down to a 4.4 million. Is it like Fraser from West Ham, who's like the guy that people are looking at the moment with Fulkrug out injured, played some minutes in game week 7. So, yeah. That's where we're going to be at. That's where we're going to be at. I think, we're going to be downgrading that striker position all the way down to a dud. Probably looking to maybe get like either a Saka in, or maybe that might become an Isak spot if Liverpool and Isak look really good. Dubravka or Pope, I would go... Ooh, who've Newcastle got this week? Oh, Brighton. Leeds. Dubravka just. Maybe look at the betting data, see which way it's swinging. Matcha Mills in the chat. Hope you're doing good this morning. Hope you're doing very good this morning. I have Richarlison and Alderente, but still consider it a bench boost. That one could be difficult. Alderente obviously flagged. Richarlison looks like Kolo Muani is fit and available. They've got Tell. Yeah, that one could be a dicey move. Any Kaisedo news? No, as soon as we get it, I will hopefully be activating the bench boost if we get it. Let me have a look where we're at in terms of subscribers. All right, let me have a look. Where we at? Still need the 4. So if you are new to the channel, like I said, make sure you're hitting that subscribe button. Of course, as well, if you are... if you're an already existing subscriber, hit that like button, get the likes out there, push the stream out to more people. I'm on a wild card, got 100% AI rated team on Fantasy Football Hub, and still worried about having no Liverpool attackers this week. I do think if I was maybe on a wild card and I wanted to go a little bit different away from the template, maybe look at a Liverpool player, maybe, but it's trying to just pick which one's going to be the right one. Like, that's the big problem. But if you get that right, it could be good. Could be very good, because the numbers are there. Raya, Diouf, Lacroix, Gabriel, Kudus, Semenyo, Eze, Foden, Dubravka, Isak, Haaland. Very nice team. Like it. Good stuff. I'm thinking of rolling. Yeah, I think you could very easily roll through that. Start Burn versus Ndai versus Senesi. Choose 2. I would choose... I think I'd probably go Senesi and maybe Ndai just for the penalties. But I think you could very easily go Burn and Senesi as well. But I probably would go Senesi and Ndai. Looking to transfer Van der Ven out for who? Gehi, Munoz, Anderson, Gavardio. I think I probably would be looking at probably either Gehi or Anderson. Yeah, that's probably where my head would be at, right? They're probably the options I would look at. Yo, Tom, respect the 6:30 stream. Yeah, man, this is what we do. We're out here hustling. Out here, trying to help you guys out as best as we can. Early doors. And, yeah, just hopefully today's going to be the day we hit 20k. The Essex Carpet Cleaning Company. How are you doing, man? Hope you're doing good. Let's have a look how many subs we are away. We are 3. We are 3 subscribers away from 20k. 3. Come on. 3 people. That's all we need, alright? Start Ramiro, Rinders, and Die. Pick one. I would be tempted to either go Rinders or Die. Yeah. Leeds or Burnley to win. I actually hope it's a 0-0. If I bench boost, I really hope it's a 0-0. We've got Rodon. We've got Dubravka. Yeah, I'd be praying for a 0-0. Oh, that one didn't go well. Yeah, get them subs in, guys. Come on. Let's get the 20k done nice and early, all right? As I explained at the start of the stream, I do have a little bit of a cold, so I am taking it a little bit easy. I'm not singing, I'm not shouting, and yeah, we've got some honey and lemon and some, obviously, some tissues. So yeah, you're going to have to unfortunately put up with me. My team is the Bravko, Richards, Van der Ven, Rodon, Rinders, Semenyo, Kudus, Salah, Gokares, Haaland, and Pedro. What should I do? I think you could roll. I genuinely think I would roll that. Maybe the only player I would look to get out would be Van der Ven and swap for a different defender. But does that move feel like essential right now? Probably not. Probably not. But I think you can, you can just take it very easy with that one. Plate and Dial, Rodon. I never like benching a penalty taker. So I maybe would lead to Ndai. But this is a great week for Rodon. This is a good week for Rodon. Should I start on Buemo or Rinders? Probably go Rinders on that one. Morning, Tom. Just got back from work. Very nice. Welcome to the stream. When are team reviews? We'll have a look at some times for team reviews in a second. But apparently, we've done it. Yes, come on. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Get the music going. Get the stream going. Oh, I can't get off the page. Let's go. Come on. Oh, that's a lie. We have hit 20k. That is a lie. There it is. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. I've just heard that through my headphones. I've got my headphones still plugged into my laptop. Sorry if that was a little bit loud, guys. Apologies. Yeah, thank you very, very much for helping the channel hit 20,000 subscribers. I am genuinely extremely grateful for everybody that watches the streams, watches the videos, engages with me, and has just made this, like, basically an idea I had like a few years ago a reality. I never ever thought we'd hit 20k. So yeah, honestly, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much. Yeah, I honestly love you guys so much. Yeah, I'm extremely grateful. And what you don't realize is like all the hard work that goes into these videos, these streams, the early mornings, the late nights, and all the people that obviously like support me, round me and stuff. Yeah, obviously, like, shout out to my dad, who's been incredible for like a few years now. He's watching like every video, every stream. Yeah, so really grateful for my dad. Obviously really grateful for Match and Mills right now as well. Has come into my life in the past year and has been really supportive and gets me little gifts for every subscriber milestone as well. So thank you very much to you. And big shout out to like anybody that's ever been on the channel, you know, Jake, who's been there from the start with the streams and stuff. Sean, my flatmate, who you would have seen on the second channel as well, putting up with obviously me streaming at silly times, filming throughout the day, and just being, you know, yeah, a good mate. So yeah, big shout out to everybody. And yeah, here we are, 20,000 subscribers. It's unbelievable. And like I said, I'm just extremely grateful. Yeah, very, very grateful for everybody in the chat. Very grateful for anybody who's ever watched any of my videos, and ultimately hit that subscribe button. You guys are legends. Thank you very much. Genuinely, thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. Appreciate you. We will have a sing song a little bit later in the chat. Don't worry, we'll have a sing song before we finish up. That's why I did the honey and lemon today. I was like, I've got to probably sing at some point, so we'll get the vocals ready. We'll have a sing a little bit later, all right? Oh my days, I'm just catching up with the chat. Edzo, my boy, gifting 10 subs in the chat. Thank you very, very much for the gifted 10 subs. Big dubs in the chat as well. Thank you for everybody saying congrats. Like I said, guys, you are the reason we're here. So, yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much, guys. Really, really appreciate you all. Really, really appreciate you all. And thank you very much for the 10 gifted subs there. Absolute legends, as always. Tim, thank you very much for that kind comment, man, as well. Thank you very much for the for the kind comment. Really appreciate that, bro. Yeah, FPL Macam, you've been here a while, man. Like I said, the people that have been here from like the 1K days and even before that, really appreciate you. Back in the day when we used to stream. Golden Goal in the chat as well. Thank you very much, mate. I know you're going to be following in these like footsteps very soon. You're going to be hitting that 20k mark as well. So if you haven't already, go and check out Tom's channel. He's going to be the next one that's going to be hitting that 20k subscriber mark. Obviously as well, big up the cartel. We're launching that. And yeah, here we go. Here we go. We're gonna be launching the cartel, another new exciting venture. But yeah, today, 20k baby, 20k. Thank you, Matcha Mills. Thank you very much. Lot of love, eh? Just take a cheeky little screenshot of that one. Yep, 20k boys. We've done it. We have done it. Sorry if I'm a little bit like out of it. I'll get back in the chat in a second and yeah, answer some questions. I'm still just like, yeah, getting my head in the right space, shall we say? I'm just trying to get my head back in the right space. Get back focused on FPL and stuff like that. We will be doing team reviews in today's stream. Yeah. I'm just putting a cheeky little tweet out. Bench boost active. My bench boost is all going to be dependent on whether or not we get Kaisedo news. If he's going to be fit and available, then we're there. We're there, all right? Oops. Right. We're locked back in. Also, no other channel admits when they need a poo. No, that is very, very true. What is the update on Enzo? Will he play? We haven't had any update. I'll have a look if there's any embargoed quotes, because there might be a few that we maybe missed last night. We probably might get a team leak. That's the aim. Oh my days, that's the bottom of that cup. That is gross. My only question was Ndai over Kaisedo, but I can see that Ilian and Ndai is on your bench. Yeah, this is probably how I'll line up. If we don't get any Kaisedo news, I don't know if I'm going to activate the bench boost. So if Kaisedo isn't fit and available, we'll get Ndai in. Do I think Kaisedo will start? Yeah, I do. Like, he's one of the most important players. I do think if he's fit and available, he will just start. Rinders out, Enzo in. I would only do that if we get confirmation that Enzo is 100% starting. Not been following along, but enjoying the streams. Congrats on 20k. Appreciate that, Cam. Appreciate that. Whenever you've, of course, hit that subscribe button, equally as important. Yeah, all absolute legends whenever you've come across the channel. So really appreciate you guys. Omar says, congrats on 20k. Why bench boost this game week? Doesn't look a better week. I have a similar to yours. Yeah, that's a great question. Great question. A lot of people have said this to me as well. Why am I bench boosting with a, you know, it looks suboptimal, right? So one of the main reasons is I just want to get the bench boost chip, number one, out of the way. Like, it's the least important chip within our game, right? It's so variant. There's no point wasting time on it. I wish I'd have got it done even earlier. And this is the thing, right? I think as long as you're hitting between 10 and 12 on a wild card, on a bench boost, sorry, it's good returns. It's really, really good returns. And I very easily could see this bench hitting that 10 threshold. You've got two DEFCON beasts there, right? So if they come away with 4 or 3, let's say, for example, they hit 3. They hit the DEFCON, but they've conceded 2, which is very plausible with it being Arsenal and Manchester City, right? They do that, they get 3. There's 6 from 2. And Die playing, that's 8. Dubravka playing, that's 10. If Dubravka makes a save, great. If they don't concede, 2 goals and stuff like that, again, we're going to be in a position where we can probably hit that 10 to 12. And I've had weeks where my bench has looked unbelievable and come away with less than 10. So, it's just one of those where, and I could get a jammy penalty. Dubravka might keep a clean sheet, and we might be looking at a very, very good bench boost. So that's why. And also, if you put it into, review, Solio, hub, any week that you play a bench boost doesn't really have, a big switch in terms of points. Maybe 1 or 2 maximum. Now, is it worth, for me, delaying a chip, maybe hampering my team and using free transfers to gain 1 or 2 extra points over the course of this first 19 game weeks? No, it is not. So if you've got a full 15, get it played, get it gone, boom, done like that. Easy peasy. I've just seen we've had a super chat. Thank you very much, Bertman. Hi Tom, also plan to bench boost, but I have 5 frees. How to raise LVL and not waste any. Raya, Dubravka, Senesi, Tarkans, Anderson. Right, 0 in the bank. You've got Foden. Now I think if we get news that Enzo is available, I would be very much going Foden to Enzo. But we're probably not going to get that news, right? So let's say we don't get that news. Who else would I maybe look for? Maybe Tark would be the one. Maybe Tark down to a Newcastle defender potentially. A Dan Burn could be the move that maybe you go for. Or maybe all the way down to a Richards. That could maybe be the move. Free up some further money for potential moves as well. You could do a sideways move, Statch to Longstaff, but that doesn't really feel like a useful... That feels a little bit luxury. But, I mean, you're in a position where you've got 5. So, yeah. The other option I probably would maybe look at would be Richarlison to, maybe a Thiago, a Calvert-Lewin. Those would be the other moves that I would, of course, look for. That's where my head would probably be going with that one. Yeah, 20k is unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. I'm thinking of bench boosting this week. Yeah, just Kaisedo is probably the one, right? Kaisedo is probably the one. I think you could still go with Bowen in the team, right? I think you still go with Bowen in the team. Bruno, sorry, in the team. I was reading the next question. Bowen, yeah, I am a big fan of Jared Bowen over the next few weeks. Could be a decent one. Thoughts on Bruno to Saka or Roll? I don't mind it. I'm looking at the United fixtures after this Liverpool game, and I'm going, there's a lot of good games in there. You know what I mean? There is a lot of good games in there. So yeah, lots going on. Is Tarkowski to Burn / Chalobah a luxury move for two free transfers? Probably. I don't feel like it's the most essential move you need to make right now, but if you've got nothing else really, yeah, I'd get rid of Richarlison then. Go down to Thiago, go down to Calvert-Lewin, then you give yourself some bench boost money. So, yeah, no, not bench boost money, more money as well. So, yeah. Will Spurs keep a clean sheet, I'm guessing? Against Villa, probably a good opportunity to do it at home as well. Yeah. Yeah, I do think he probably only won't play if he's suspended. Yeah. I mean, trust me, it's not clicking this season. Well, it could be one of those where if they get battered by Liverpool, that could be the end of Almiron. I know they've said they're going to give him 3 years or whatever, but let's not be ridiculous. If they start slipping down the table, he ain't getting 3 years, is he? If relegation starts to look a problem, he ain't getting 3 years. He's getting niche. He ain't getting niche. Yeah, just looking at the 20k subscribers again. Just unbelievable. Thank you. Thank you very much. I sounded a bit like Elvis then. Play Xhaka over Gok and Rinders? No. I think Gok and Rinders are probably better picks than Xhaka this week. And die to Enzo, I know I shouldn't, but I don't think I would. I think once you get this fixture out of the way for Everton, there's actually some good games in there. That's why I'm quite keen to hold on and die going forward. Next week, Foden to Mbeumo, worth it? No, I think there's better moves to make, mate. My team is very differential. Pope, Cucurella, Gavardio, Makelele, Gakpo, Minter, Gordon, Saka, Isidore, Isak, and Walter Marder. Thoughts? It is very different. It is very unique. Goes against the template. I'd like to know where you are in terms of the world. What rank are you at? Should I keep Salah next week and captain him? I think if Salah looks good, keep him. If he looks bad, probably the time to admit he's not worth 14.4 and get rid. Is moving to a strong midfield 5 becoming the best strategy? I think so. That is why I'm very tempted once I've got this bench boost out of the way. And I think if anybody has already used their bench boost, is to easily, for me, downgrade that third striker position down to a dud, leave them as the third sub. The guy from West Ham looks like he might get some minutes with Fulkrik's injury. Downgrade them all the way to there, and you can get yourself a really, really stacked midfield. Like an Enzo, a Saka, a Bruno if you want to go down that route, a Semenyo. Then maybe get yourself like an Ndai as well with some good fixtures coming up as well. So that's probably where I would be at, right? Sorry, Tom, don't want to spam the chat, but anything on Tosin? I haven't heard anything on Tosin, so no, unfortunately. You feel like Walter is a good pick, or do you feel like he's been lucky? I think he's just in a really good, like, rich vein of form, and it would not surprise me to see him go on a little bit of streak. Newcastle's fixtures over the next few are very good. Visser still looks like he's going to be a few weeks away. So yeah, I like Walter Marder. I think he's a good pick. Should I bench boost with Kaisedo, Alderente, and the rest of the bench, Rodon? I think the rest of the bench is fine. Let's just see if we get Kaisedo news. That is all I'm waiting for. If we get Kaisedo news, I think I'm going to activate it. Gordon or Gakpo next week? Both slight minutes risk, but feel Gakpo safer. I think I probably would lean more towards Gordon with penalties. That would be my way of looking at things, and that's the way that I probably would go with this. Stolzenesi or Gahey, they play each other. I would probably look who's got the better opportunity of getting a clean sheet, and I imagine if we go to the betting data, that's going to be Palace with them being the home team, but there might not even be much in it. 29-23, I probably would just back Palace there. I'm thinking of taking out VDV and Konza to Mukwele, and I think Botman might be coming back or is on the fringes of coming back, so maybe watch that Newcastle move. What team do I support? I support a team called Mansfield. We play in League 2. That's my team. There you go. I'm playing a 5-3-2 on FPL. Is that okay? With defensive contributions, that is fine this season to be very much playing stuff like that. Would you play Richards or Senesi? I would play Richards. Again, just purely off those clean sheet numbers we just saw. Both have the ability to hit defensive contributions. Probably Senesi's hit rate is higher, and it actually is higher. But yeah, I probably would edge it slightly towards Palace players this week. Oh, that's fine then. Then yeah, probably Tosin will start. I think I would prefer Chalobah though. His hit rate at DEFCON has been very, very good. Hi Tom, I'm considering selling Tarkowski to Timber or a Newcastle defender. What are your thoughts? I like both of those moves you suggested. I think both great options. The fixtures for Everton do get a little bit more tricky over the next few weeks. Clean sheets might dry up a little bit. So yeah, I get it. I understand it. Go for it. Start Senesi versus Ndai. I would start probably... My list would probably be Senesi and Ndai. Maybe Burn, Van de Ven. Like, that's the list I probably would be. And it's very tight at the top. I never really like benching a penalty taker. It's just one of those where it's like, they could just get a dodgy penalty in any game. Like they really could. If I wasn't bench boosting this week, my big concern on my bench would be Ndai points. Yeah, I probably would look to start moving away from City assets as well. Your Rinders, your Fodens. Yeah, those would be players I probably would start to of course look at over the next few weeks. Porro to Burn, good move, don't mind that. Worth doing Van de Ven to Botman. I don't know what that Newcastle defence is going to look like. What's his minutes been like? What have Botman's minutes been like? Have they been good? I haven't really seen him, to be honest. He's not come across my radar. Botman. 3 90s in a row. Yeah, he's probably back in the starting lineup, isn't he? And he's probably going to be playing 90s. 4.9 million. Yeah, could be a good one. Has he been close to hitting defensive contributions? C-bit. Where's his C-bit? Come on. Let me... It won't let me scroll across to defensive. There it is. There's the scroll. What's he been hitting? Defcon. Close in one game, 15 in one, and then 6 in the Forest game. So, could be. I mean, 1 in 3. So, what's that? Like, 33.33% hit rate so far. Not amazing, but it does the job, right? It does the job. Do you think Strand Larsen will start? Yeah, I do. And what do you think of Trippier as a Hall and Liveramento injury? Not bad. Newcastle do, of course, have Champions League. I would be more tempted with some of their DEFCON boys that they've got. Last chance for Gokeres? Yes. This is going to be probably his final game for me in this team, right? Who would you start between Gay and Senesi? I'd be more tempted, like I said, to back the home team, go with the better clean sheet odds, and probably go with Gay. When do you reckon the leaks drop? It's 1 a.m. Oh, mate, you are probably a good few hours away from leaks. I would get yourself some sleep. And, yeah, probably come back a little bit later. Yeah, I'd get yourself some sleep. The deadline's not till 11. I reckon, what's that away from where we are now? 3.5 hours? So, probably come back in about 3 hours. Get yourself a bit of sleep. Set yourself an alarm. Dewsbury Hall to Neto or Watkins to Walter for a bench boost. I mean, Neto's didn't train yesterday, so that would be the one I wouldn't go for. So probably would be Watkins to Walter. Take out Xavi Simons first or Rinders. I probably would go the Spurs one. Yeah. Little Miss FPL, one of our new channel members that was gifted, says, I remember towards the end of last year, you timed going for Bowen perfectly. Do you think now is also a good time to go for him? Yes, and he is a player that has crossed my mind. And yes, I do think going for Bowen right now could be a very, very good move. He just is one of those players that will always deliver. Is an exceptionally good finisher, so ignore his like underlying data looking a bit poo. And if this year he could be the Cunha of the game with his baseline BPS looking so good, then yeah, I'm all for it. Make sure you're hitting that like button. Let's see if we can try and get this stream up to 50 likes from 42 currently. So like I said, make sure you are hitting that like button. Haaland looks like he's going to be the best captain for this game week as well. Absolutely smashing it out the park is Haaland in terms of his numbers. So, yeah, big numbers for Haaland, boy. Big numbers for Haaland. Love it. Sell Javi, mate. Early, nice, bro. Yep, that's always the plan here. Nice and early with the streams. You know what? We're gonna do some live team reviews. Okay, we're gonna do them. We'll set the first one for 8 o'clock. Okay, I'll show you where to put it in a second. Let me just quickly change this. Oh dear. So, 8 o'clock is going to be the first round of... let's have a look. Let me get this in the chat for you guys. 8 a.m. team reviews. There we go. 8 a.m. We're going to do some team reviews, okay? We'll get a new poll going as well. Would you... There we go. I'm asking you guys, would you bench boost with this team? Would you bench boost with this team? If, of course, you do want to get your team rated by me, head over to my Twitter, at FPLTom_. Leave it under the tweet that literally says team reviews right here. Leave it under that one. And, yeah, we'll go from there. Who would you play out of Senesi and Rodon? I probably would still go with Senesi just because he's just a DEFCON beast, isn't he? Would you start Rinders or Minter? I would probably go Minter, you know. I think he looks really good, even with your Pope goalkeeper, yeah. Cut one from Ndai, Rinders, Mateta. I think you've got Mateta and Ndai with penalties, so Rinders goes. If you need to take 3 defenders from now until the end of the season, which 3 would you take? Senesi, Gabriel. Who would that third one be? Senesi, Gabriel definitely locks. Maybe like a Palace defender, like a Richards. That probably would be the ones. Start a Steve or Senesi. Still probably would go with Senesi with those DEFCONs. Start Xavi on Minter. I'd be tempted to start Minter. I'm on bench boost next week. People don't like my bench boost for this week. They're like, no, don't do it. Nice and early as usual. Love your streams, bro. I've sent my team on X. Have a wildcard draft for you. Wonderful stuff, Marcus. We'll take a look at that very, very shortly, my friend. Do you think Enzo or Kaisedo will play? I'm hoping Kaisedo will play. I do hope Kaisedo will play. Pick Enzo on a wildcard. It doesn't seem like the injury is like massive that he's picked up, so I'd be tempted to pick him up. And even if he misses out this week, there's still good fixture for Chelsea. Palmer's out for 6 weeks, so he's still going to be a very, very good pick long-term as well. I have the money for both Gabriel or Timber and Gahey or Richards. I still think I'd pick Gabriel ahead of Timber right now. The defensive contribution numbers are just ridiculous. And I probably would just... I don't really see too much difference between Gahey and Richards. I probably would lean more towards Richards. I think he's got the better CBIT per 90 numbers. Would you start between a DEFCON monster, Senesi, or a penalty-taking Paqueta? Ooh! I think it's very easy for the DEFCON monster to hit the floor. The floor is going to be higher with the DEFCON monster. Paqueta and penalties will have the higher ceiling. So it's kind of up to you guys, really. Do you want to go for the guy that has the higher floor? Or do you want to go for the guy that has the bigger ceiling? You pick. Can't see your post on X. Yeah, I'll bring it up in a second. Bruno to Eze, Enzo for the bench boost this week. I also have Alderente. I'd only do that if we've got confirmed news that Enzo is fully fit and available. I want Enzo to not play because I think he will do well and I don't have him. He will do very well. The reason I would pick Senesi is because... like they will keep a lot of clean sheets until the end of the season. They're one of the best sides for expected goals conceded. Iriola knows what he's doing, and the guy is a monster at defensive contributions. He's picking up 3 and 4 pointers most weeks. He will be like potentially a 200 plus point defender, which is like if you go back through FPL years. There's only like certain defenders that hit that mark, and it's usually like the Trents of the world. It's never a Senesi, and I do think if he keeps up this CBIT numbers, and if Bournemouth do continue to look good this season, he's going to be close to that. Do I start Enzo, mate? Yeah, as long as you've got a bit of bench cover, you're fine to start Enzo this week. I hope Enzo is in the starting 11. I am also in that kind of bracket where I want to see him play. Yeah, apparently he's fully fit and available. He's their best player. This is one of their biggest games of the season, so I think he should play. Let me bring up the tweet for you guys very quickly then. Because a few people saying, not that one, this one. A few people saying that they can't see the tweet. This is the tweet right here on my profile, by the way. If you want to go and take a look at it. Live right now, leave team reviews below. And if you want to like this one as well, that would be appreciated. But yeah, live right now, leave the team reviews below. That is the place where you should obviously look to go. Like I said, we'll do the first round of those at 8 o'clock. All right, 8 o'clock is going to be the time and the place where we'll do it. Yeah, I've kind of spoke through the bench boost and why I'm thinking about doing it this week. And the main reasons for me are I've put it in review, I've put it in Solio, I've put it in hub, and all of them are spitting out like a 1 to 2 point difference every single week. Like there isn't much difference between me playing a bench boost this week or playing it next week with better fixtures. Like there isn't really like anything massive. So I just think get it out of the way. All I'm aiming for here is 10 points, and I'll be happy with that. And I think that bench could probably get me 10 points. So, yeah. What if you had both Senesi and Lacroix start both? I'd be tempted to start both. I really would be tempted to start both. Opinion on TC Haaland this week. It's not a bad week to use it. There are going to be better fixtures further down the line for him. And I'm just going to wait until Crystal Palace have played their Carabao Cup game before I decide on the TC. That's all I'm doing. Just waiting for that week. And we'll find that out before game week 10 or before game week 11 deadline. And then I think Haaland's got Leeds in 13. So, yeah, you can wait. You can wait. Chewy FPL says, how's it going, mate? Thinking of selling Richie, but stuck between Bowen versus Walter. Who would you go for? Would also have to downgrade Foden to Enzo, so could also roll and bench Richie. I think if we get news that Enzo's not fit and available, just, stick with Foden for this week and roll it and play and die instead of Richie. I think that's perfectly fine. Like, he's a penalty taker, could very easily get something out of that game. And my leaning would be towards Bowen. Just 90 minutes, no European football. Is a little bit of a BPS monster right now. So, yeah, that's probably where my head would be at with that one. Did you look at the investigation stuff we were cooking up yesterday about Alderente being in training picks? Yeah, I saw little bits and bobs of that. That was fun to see. I got my bench, Dubravka, Xhaka, Anderson, and Van de Ven. Should I play the bench boost this week? Hell yeah, that's a decent bench boost. Over clean, then players for Arsenal Palace, in my opinion. Bournemouth, not as good as we see. I mean, the data is suggesting that they're going to be a very good defence this season. So I'm going to disagree with you. Enzo says, yeah, 10 points is doable. Yeah, agreed, mate. And I think that's all we want. 13 might also be a good week. But like I said, if we get that Palace double game week further down the line, that's where we might go with the TC. Yeah, that could be the week where we go with the TC. TC Semenyo versus Nottingham Forest. I don't think Ange could get battered today and might not even be there. Are you going to make a transfer this week? Probably not. We're going to take 5 into next week. Like, I think any of the moves that I was going to make this week would be very luxury. And I think we could be in a position where we could learn a lot of information this week about Liverpool. And they've got some good fixtures coming up. They've got some of the best projected goal numbers over the next few weeks. So I want to be in a position where if Salah looks unbelievable, if Isak looks unbelievable, I've got 5 frees and can very easily go and find the money to get them. Enzo as well, a lot of information we need around him. If Bruno's, is still a little bit disappointing with some good fixtures, if Saka's again back on the penalties, there's just so much I think we could learn this week. So I think maybe not going for luxury moves, sticking with the team that we've got, which is a very, very good team that is capable of hitting good scores, then yeah, I think it might be a case of we might just have a little bit of itchy fingers, some of us within the community, where we've got a few transfers banked up, we've not played FPL in a few days, and the same old picks look just a little bit dull, don't they? They're just like, I want that new pick, I want that new boy. But I'm kind of like, no, let's be sensible here, let's just stick it out. Let's play through some of the picks we've got here. They've got good fixtures. Trust the process. There's a reason we selected them, right? Yes, Semenyo could be a very, very tempting one, especially if Ange is still there. Very tempting. You make a great point there, Chewy FPL, about David Moyes and Ndai as well. Start Raya or Dubravka. I still probably would go with Raya. Anthony Estev, Dubravka, Anderson, bench boost. Get it active. Sel Fernandez and Gokares to Saka and Bowen. It is moves that I've thought about myself. They do, however, feel very, very luxury. That is probably the only thing I would say on that one. They do just feel quite luxury moves. That's That's kind of just where my head is at on those ones. They just feel a little bit too luxury for me. So yeah, that's all though. Just a little bit luxury. Tom, should I start Alderente over Senesi today, given the home fixture against Wolves? Not a bad shout. Can hit defensive contribution numbers as well. So yeah, go for it. I have just seen that we've ticked over 250 likes. So thank you very much, guys, for your continued support on the channel. Let's keep going. Let's see if we can smash it up to 100. Today is the day, of course, that we hit 20k subscribers. So thank you very, very much. Thank you very much. Yeah, just still in like, yeah, awe of us doing it. So yeah, thank you. Really appreciate you all. Really, really do appreciate you all. Yeah, legends as always. I'm going to need a little bit more tissue. Enzo was pictured yesterday on the Chelsea YouTube channel. Oh! Wow. Bournemouth's record against Palace is quite good. Hasn't there been quite a few 0-0s as well in there? I think there's been quite a few 0-0s. Chalobah or João Pedro? Already have Enzo. Probably João Pedro, you know. Had 2 weeks off, but yeah. Gokres for Walter Mara or hold the transfer. I would maybe hold for 1 more week. Enzo should start, but most likely won't play 90. Probably, if he's not fully fit and available. Would you bench boost with Dubravka, Minter, Senesi, and Anderson? Yes. I think as long as you've got a playing 15, you can probably get away with chucking it on. Would you start Thiago against West Ham? Hell yeah. Best wildcard team for you, Tom? I did a video earlier on in the week on this one. You can go and check that out. That would probably be where my my bench boost would probably go with that one. Last season, 2 0-0s. Yeah, we know where we're at then. It's gonna be a 0-0. It's gonna be a 0-0 for that one. Does Chalobah start? Yeah, I reckon Chalobah starts. I reckon he starts. I probably would go with Xhaka just for set piece share. I think he just slightly edges it. Gordon on a wild card. I don't mind Anthony Gordon on a wild card. I think that's a pretty steady pickup. The only concern I would have is maybe with his minutes, but that would be the only thing that would worry me. I still probably would go. Oh, I think I would go. I'd go the Sunderland defender. Yeah, I'd go the Sunderland defender. Someone says I think Lavia will play. Lavia is injured. What a short conversation that just went out of control there. Oh dear. Lavia is injured. Just that one caught me off guard a little bit. We're gonna do team reviews in 15 minutes. All right, guys. Yeah, he's been pictured in training. He should play, but yeah. Here's an interesting fact. Whenever a team goes on a really good unbeaten run like Palace, they usually lose the next game too. Then they get back to winning ways. Seen it with Real Madrid before. Fair enough. Have you bench boosted or undecided? I am undecided at the moment. It's all dependent on Kaisedo, really, isn't it? Like, I want to bench boost with a full 15. I don't want to be bench boosting, like, without a full 15. Would you bench boost with Dubravka, Enzo, Juve, and Senesi? If we get news that Enzo is going to be playing or a leak, then hell yeah, I'd be bench boosting that. Ramiro or Tarkowski? I would play Ramiro this week ahead of Tarkowski. I think that's just the way you've got to go with it, right? Do I think Enzo will play? It's sounding confident that he will. Yeah, I'd probably bench boost that. Yep, mine and Golden's teams are the exact same teams. Exactly the same teams we've got. Maybe one difference? I don't know. There might be one difference, right? Just joined. Like your choice of Vice. Actually, yeah, I might change that. Let's put Semenyo on that. Let's put Semenyo on that. Save that. Yeah. Which 15 players is the best only for this week? I mean, that's a difficult question, isn't it? I think obviously Haaland's definitely, but like to pick a 15 is really difficult. I think this week because there's so many like bitty games. Like you can see it on the betting data, right? You've got a few which are suggested to be very much one-sided games. So your City game, your Arsenal game, and your Liverpool game, and you can probably throw Chelsea in there. They're looking very, very one-sided. The rest of the games are extremely, extremely tight. That Newcastle-Brighton game, nothing between them. The bookmakers can't really pick a favourite there. Bournemouth-Palace, they've gone with Palace probably because they're the home team. Burnley-Leeds, like they're slightly favouring Leeds there, but again, nothing really in it. Wolves-Sunderland, absolutely nothing in it. Tottenham-Villa, again, very minimal. Same with West Ham-Brentford. There just isn't a lot in either of these games. So trying to pick a 15 is quite difficult this week because you could have someone in those tighter games that absolutely explodes, or a DEFCON beast could really, really go off as well. Yeah, I think that's a fine bench boost. Hi Tom, should I double up on the Arsenal defence? Timber and Gabriel for wildcarding this week. It seems risky and expensive, but Arsenal's fixtures are good. I think they're going to probably be, maybe up there as one of the best sides for clean sheets in Premier League history. So, yeah. Don't worry about Kaisedo. He even posted a match day graphic on his Instagram. Enzo usually does, but he didn't. Right, we're heading to Kaisedo's Instagram. Get the Instagram up. Get the Instagram up. Let's have a look at this then. Kaisedo's Instagram. Let's take a look, shall we? Kaisedo? Oh my day. What's his Instagram? I need to get back on the thing to see how you spell his name because I'm absolutely butchering it. There we go. Kaisedo. Nope, nothing comes up. Kaisedo. Moises Kaisedo has put a match day graphic up 12 hours ago. You know what? We'll DM him. We'll slide in his DMs. You playing today, bro? There we go. If we get a reply, I'll let you know. If we get a reply, I'll let you know. Start, stack, or and die. I would go and die. Penalty taker. Yeah. Now that we have seen Alderente in training, no point taking him out for another 4 mil. Yeah, I think if he's in training, like that is a very much luxury move. Do you think you should get Walter Marder for Richarlison? Got 5 frees and Richarlison didn't even start last week. Yes. Yeah, I would. I would. Did you like that one, mate? Did you like that one? Was that a good one? I hope you enjoyed that one. I hope you enjoyed that one. I'm just going to ask Tom if he's still bench boosting. I don't know if he is. You still bench boosting? Start one and die versus Evan Nielsen versus Richard Senesi. I would probably be Senesi or Richards number 1, 2, and die 3 Evan Nielsen in that order. Ask him if Enzo is playing. Yeah, I've got that pull power, guys. I've got that pull power. Would you go Gok to Walt and then grab another Arsenal defender or not? Yeah, I like the double up. Or maybe even, like, I do think as a differential, going for the triple up could be something very saucy. It could be something that obviously that really works. It could be very good. Yeah, Like I said, we're going to be doing team ratings at 8 o'clock. So, yeah. Let's have a look. Let's have a look what the chat is saying. Like I said, by the way, guys, thank you very much for 50k to not 50k, Jesus, 20k today. Really appreciate everyone in the chat and stuff. Just unbelievable. Yeah, really appreciate it. I'm glad I had you laughing, bro. That's what we're here for. If Enzo is out, would you go Paqueta, Minter, or Gakpo? I would probably be tempted to either go Paqueta or Minter. Is Raya and Tarkowski to Pope and Timber straight out necessary? No. Morning, Powell. Thoughts on Kudus? No one jumped the same price. Really jumps out to me. Who am I missing? I think for the next few weeks, like, Tottenham's fixtures do get very difficult, and they've got a really difficult run with Carabao and Champions League. So I do think there will be maybe like reduced minutes in one game, maybe two games. Maybe that comes in the Champions League, maybe that comes in the Cup. But it is something where it could get a little bit dicey over the next few weeks. So I would be a little bit concerned. If you want to send your teams to me, send them on Twitter at FPLTom_. There is a tweet that is literally labelled Deadline Stream Alive. Leave your teams here. That is the one you want to go for. All right. Manifesting that 50k, bro. Let's do it. Let's do it. Moving Rare to free and Arsenal spots luxury. Very highly luxury. I probably wouldn't do it. Start Kudus, Saw, or Enzo. I'd go Enzo. Probably has penalty share. If he doesn't play, like, you know, you've got Kudus and Saw there. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense, though. You got to think, like, who are these attacks where people obviously need to just clear the ball? Like, who is it? Like, it's going to be those teams where the team is just constantly putting you under the pressure, where you're going to have to, of course, be clearing it. You've also got to look at teams that probably take a lot of set pieces, like long throws and stuff, because if a team is just constantly launching your ball into the box, you're probably going to pick up quite a few defensive contributions from that alone. Xhaka is a very good midfielder at 5 million, probably the best within that price bracket. What time am I looking at teams? We're going to look at them in at 8 o'clock, so that's in 7 minutes' time. That's where we're going to be looking at teams. Of course, if you are enjoying the stream, make sure you're liking, make sure you're hitting that subscribe button. As always, yeah, let's see where we can go next. Who knows? Maybe like 25k by the end of the season would be insane. A lot of you are saying don't bench boost with my team currently. Interesting. So yeah, I'm just going to quickly blow my nose. Oh, that's a big one. Oh dear. Dubravka, Tarkowski, Senesi, and Ndai bench boost. Yes, I would bench boost with that. Very easy bench boost with that for me. Hi Tom, any news about Anthony, Enzo, and Alderente? Alderente's been pictured in training. Anthony's fine. Enzo apparently was on the Chelsea YouTube channel in training, but we're going to have to wait and see. I still probably would bench boost with that. I probably would just get it out of the way. Not for me. I just think there's so many Chelsea players. Yeah, I don't think he's a good differential. Thoughts on Chalobah as a buy this week? Good fixtures coming in. I definitely like Chalobah as a defensive pick. Cullen Loki being very consistent. Yeah, he's been great for DEFCON. Has been great for DEFCON. I still go with Xhaka though. Got that set piece share. More avenue to points for me. Is it worth the double up in terms of Arsenal defence? Yes, 100%. They've got some great fixtures. Their expected goals conceded have been the best in the league. Second best for expected goals created from set pieces. So all that stuff is just leading to them being a really, really good team to pick up. I have Enzo and Alderente. Can I still bench boost? A little bit shaky. A little bit shaky, that one. You might not have a full 15, so could be dicey. Who's the better pick to buy, Gordon or Walter? Gordon's got pens, but his minutes are a little bit dicey, and there is a lot of competition for his place. Walter right now doesn't have that competition. Vissa's still not fit and available, so I probably would edge slightly more towards Walter. Got 2 free transfers. Thoughts on Virgil and Bruno out to Timber and a mid option. Don't mind them. Pretty good moves. Xhaka or Gardner, very similar prices and points, but Everton seem a better team. True. Should I start Van de Ven? Depends who else you've got within your side. Why do you still have Bruno? Why do you not have Bruno? I think there's a lot of narrative bias around Bruno Fernandes right now. People obviously saying he's a bad pick. If we want to flip the script, if he scores those 2 penalties and gets 1 extra defensive contribution in those games where he hits 11, would be the second highest scoring midfielder within the game. And then we'd be having a very different conversation right now about Bruno Fernandes, wouldn't we? I'm just saying, like, I think he's been very unfortunate. He has been very unfortunate. Am I going to stick with him for the long term? Maybe not. Maybe this could be the last week within his team. But the fixtures are definitely there for United. And their expected goals created haven't been terrible. They haven't been terrible. They've been pretty decent. Semenyo, Saka, Saw, Rinders, Enzo, Haaland, João Pedro and Gokres. Who to bench this week? That is tough. I probably would maybe go Rinders out of all of those. Yeah. Hey Tom, this is my first ever draft. Who do you think my first pick should be? Haaland. Done. Senesi and Saar or Isak and Saar? Ooh, Isak and Saar. Morning Abby, hope you're doing well. Thank you very much for saying congrats on 20k. Appreciate you. I wouldn't hold my breath. We shall see. Yeah. It's not Van de Ven or Senesi. I've got Bruno out, VDV out, Saka and Chalobah this week. Was desperate to beat the curve with Saka. Great. Javi Simmons replacements. Semenyo if you've not already got him. You've also got Enzo if he's fit and available. Saw's a great pick. Minter, Paqueta. So many good options. In my wildcard, should I have Waltemar or João Pedro? I'd actually probably have João Pedro. Yeah, I think if you've still got that Arsenal spot open, then yeah, it makes sense. It does make sense. If Kaisedo is fit, start him or Xavi, because Kaisedo doesn't start, then 0 minutes. I mean, you might as well just chuck Kaisedo in. His floor's a lot higher, but ceiling probably not as much. Esteve or Ndai, probably would lean more towards Ndai. Who do I bench? I have Haaland, JP, Gokres. Probably Van de Ven would probably be the bench in there for me. Why not Waltemar? I like Waltemar. He's a good pick. My main 11 is set, but 3 subs are horrible. Konate, Grealish, Van de Ven, wildcard or save. Save it. Save it. Like, if you're happy with the 11, you've got players that are going to play. Like, you've got bench cover. You're fine. I got Semenyo and Saar. Very nice. High mate, play 2 out of these defenders. Toss in, now he's fit. Senesi, Van de Ven, Rodon. I would probably be torn between Tossin, Senesi, Rodon. Probably would go Tossin and Senesi. Lucas Paqueta is a risk. I mean, he's a good pick. He's on penalties, can hit defensive contributions. I think he's a pretty decent one. I'm just going to blow my nose and then we'll start looking at some teams, okay? All right. Let's get some team reviews done. We'll do another batch at 8:30 as well. But let's get that first batch done and dusted, all right? Let's take a look. Oh, I didn't mean to do that one. Lots have been sent in. So thank you very much for everybody that has sent their teams in. Kaisedo's Instagram story last night. Yeah, that is very tempting. As you can tell, a lot of teams have been sent in. Here we go. So this is the first one we had in from FPL Mackham. He says, no transfers left. Bench boost active. 4.1 million in the bank. How's the bench looking? Yeah, I can get behind that. Fine week to play the bench boost. Go for it, mate. Go for it. FPL Tom, hey man, this is my wildcard draft. Would you make any changes? I don't think I'd have Kaisedo on a wildcard. I would find a way to get the money for Enzo. I really, really would. Yeah, I'd find a route to go and get Enzo in that position. I think with Palmer out, and if he's fit and available, Penn's probably going to play very good minutes. Probably going to be in the 10. His underlying open play numbers as well, looking very good right now. So, Yeah, I think for me he's going to be a cracking pickup this week. Got 4 free transfers and 1 million in the bank. What do I do? Roll. I think that's a roll, unless you maybe want to go for Saka, but it would be a very luxury move taking out Gokras. I think roll, get to 5 next week and have you can have like a really big play around then. I think the team is fine. Don't get itchy fingers. I am proud of myself. Marcus has sent his team in. It's the wildcard team. Sunasi King. Good wildcard. Yeah, nice wildcard team that. Not sure which team I should go ahead with or do something different. Steady looking team. Steady looking team. I don't like Calafury as a pick. So I probably would lean more towards this one. Yeah, 1 would probably be the better one. Hey Tom, 5 free transfers and a 1.2 mil in the bank. Nice. Very nice. I think Richarlison has to be the one, or Romero. Like, Romero and Richarlison would be my moves out. Probably Foden as well. Those probably would be the free transfers I would be looking to, of course, move. Only 1 Arsenal. So I think Gabriel, if you can find the money for Saka, if you've got your bench boost out of the way, drop that to a 4.4. You might be able to afford all that. If not, maybe like Saka, Timber, and again, down to like a cheap forward. Again, probably would be the route. That's probably where my mind would be at. Romero, Stack, Tarkowski, Gui. Yep, fine team. Very good team for this week. Having Salah and Haaland, I am jealous. Going against Haaland captain this week, though, could go one of 2 ways. It could go very, much one of 2 ways. I don't trust Chelsea whatsoever. I just took out Pedro for Walter. Yeah, I don't think that's the move. I don't think that's the move with the fixtures coming up and obviously injuries to Livramento and stuff like that. My strategy is always form over fixtures. Okay. Yeah. Don't know if that's the right move. Hello, mate. Roll in the free transfers. Bench boost active. Thoughts, don't bench boost another week. Just do it. Congrats on a 20k. Deserve it. Big man. Thank you very much for the 20k. Yeah, get that bench boost out of the way. Very easy. Very easy. Please review, mate. Triple Palace could go 1 or 2 ways today. Oh, it's some nice players on that bench. Very nice players on that bench. You've got good cover, though, if Enzo's not fit. So, yeah, I get it. Alex's team. Nice team. Like it. Eze is a differential. Probably going to go with João Pedro instead of Watkins. Then I'll play Game Week 13 wildcard as planned. Nice. Very good. Wildcard active, 0.1 in the bank. Let's have a look at this wildcard team. Yeah. Pretty steady. I don't like Juve as a pick. I really don't like Juve as a pick for me. I just think you're going to get a DEFCON guy that is just going to outscore them like that. And trying to pick when attacking returns come is so hard. So, yeah, I think I'd probably select. If I was going to go for a West Ham defender, I'd be actually more tempted with, like, Kilman. His defensive contribution numbers have been very good. Mavropanos as well. My team, please review it. Bench boost active. A follow back would be nice. Nice content, mate. Keep it up. Yeah, I probably would get my bench boost out of the way with that. Yeah, I probably would play it. Chewy FPL. Very good teammate. Obviously, we spoke about Richarlison and the issues there. So, yeah, all good. John Davis. Steady looking team. Yep, good team for a roll this week. Yeah, I've seen the Kaisedo Instagram story, so it is making me think, yeah, we go with it. Danny's team that he's taken on his hand. Yeah, very easy roll this week for me. Good team that. I'm in a wild card and already have benching headaches. Thoughts? I don't like Calafiori as a pick. I think having Madvashvili as well is a really bad idea. If Liverpool look unbeatable in the next few weeks, you're going to be stuck and have to make a goalkeeper transfer for a guy that probably is only going to play till the next international break. Don't like Mbuemo. Not really like the guy for me this year and not justifying that price tag. So, yeah, I think there's some work to do with that wildcard team. Made the transfer Elliott to Paqueta last night in case there was a random price change and stopped me overthinking. I've got another transfer, a 0 million in the bank. I'm planning on rolling as there's 3 moves I'd like to make in game week 10. Fair enough, Abby. All those moves make sense, and I think you're in actually probably a good position. If Salah gets going again, I think he will be a really, really good pickup. So, yeah. Wildcard active, 0 in the bank. I'm not convinced on either Spurs assets. Yeah, they probably would be players I would be looking to take out over the next few weeks. I'd actually be tempted to play Mukulele ahead of Pedporo this week. I really would. Wildcard team active. I use my bench boost if Enzo is out for Paqueta/Minter. Also thoughts on Chalobah over Rodon or keep the money in the bank. I would keep the money in the bank for now. Congrats on 20k as well. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. Wildcard team, any suggestions? I'm guessing you've deleted the post. Yeah. Again, probably delete the post. Donnarumma, Salah. Nice. Good looking team. I rate it. Probably bench boost. Hell yeah. Get that bench boost out of the way. Get that bench boost going. Get that gone. Get the bench boost going. Right. Thank you for everybody sending their team reviews in. We'll do another batch at 8:30. Let me update the pin comment. 8:30 team reviews on Twitter. Cool. Let me update the pinned comment. Replace pinned message. Boom. Boom. Shakalaka. What likes are we on with today's stream? What likes are we on? 78. We're closing in on the 100. Let's see if we can get to that 100 mark, all right? Let's see if we can go for it. See if we can hit those big uns. There's big uns, all right? Let's see if we can go for it. Best cheap defenders under 4.5. I think for the next few weeks, a West Ham guy could be good. If Nuno can get that defence like he had Forest last year, they'll be great for DEFCON. They'll be good for clean sheets. They've got some good fixtures coming up over the next few weeks. There is where we might find some value. But, of course, the best pick at 4.5 is Anderson. It just is. Hello, Tom. Who should I start? Put 3 of these in. I'd start Senesi. Oh, if you go... Abby, I know your record. When you go to games, Salah scores. Like, it's just the way it works and just the way it goes. If you're at a game, and I remember this from the Atletico Madrid game, you were like, yep, I go game, Salah scores. It's happening. It's going to happen. So, we've heard it all here first. That is why I'm rolling and taking 5 into next week. I want to see if we can go and get Saka. I really do. We just need that juicy Kaisedo news. We just need it. We just need it. We just need it. When do you plan on using wildcard and free hit? I've already used my wildcard. I used it in game week 6. Free hit, I've identified a few weeks depending on what happens with a potential blank or double coming up. I don't need it. I need it. Mateta or João Pedro? I think for the next few weeks, João Pedro. Would you bench boost if you had Alderante starting? I have Dubravka, Minter, Senesi. It's a good bench boost. Yeah, I'd go for it. I'm bringing in Saka for Salah this week. Nice to see you. All right, okay. And I am also glad the Premier League is back. I missed it. I do. I miss streaming. I miss making content for you guys. I do like the international break. It gives me time to, of course, like chill out and go home and do whatever. But it's one of those, isn't it? Really, where it's just the way it is. I've just looked onto Tom's stream. Yeah, we have the same 15, and he's got his bench boost active. He does have his bench boost active. So yeah. Does fill me with confidence. I'll probably be going for a similar route, to be honest. Probably will be going for like a very similar route, where yeah, we'll get it active and just get it out of the way. Really, like it's just the worst chip in the game. It is just the worst chip in the game. So yeah, you might as well get rid of it. Can I trust Gokares this week? Probably not. he's probably gonna shit bed again. But yeah, it's one of those. Do you have any recommendations for a midfielder up to 6.3? Minter, Paqueta, all good, very good options. If you want to go really far down, Rinders, Longstaff, probably my picks. I'm new to FPL. What is the use of the Vice? So your Vice only comes into play if your captain doesn't play. So say for whatever example, Haaland is out, doesn't play the game, then your vice captain will pick up the captaincy points. That makes sense? Yeah, literally the only good part of the international break is that number one, I get a lie-in, and number two, I get to go home and see my family. That is the only reason I'm actually I like international breaks. Without the football though, it's like I'm bored. I'm bored. Thoughts on Van Heck from Brighton 4.4? Yeah, Defcon is there. I just can never trust Brighton defensively. They do just look very wobbly. Yeah, Longstaff at 4.9 looks excellent value. He's what everybody thought Stack was going to be. I can see that bench getting 6, 4, 3, 3. I would absolutely love and adore if my bench managed to hit those sort of points. If it hits those sort of points, then that's a great bench boost, isn't it? That is a great bench boost in my opinion. It is the worst chip. It just is. It is. We're on 87 likes for today. Let's see if we can hit that 100 like mark. Of course, if you're enjoying today's stream, make sure you are hitting that subscribe button. Make sure as well you are liking the stream. Thank you for everybody that has helped today hit 20k subscribers. Yeah, just unbelievable stuff. I can't believe João Pedro has been transferred out so much. Chelsea's great fixtures coming up. People sometimes though just they see the form, they don't see the fixtures. They'll just see a guy that's blank for a few weeks, and then that'll be enough confirmation bias for them that he's not a good pick anymore. That's sometimes all it takes for some people. It is. Like I said, guys, we are going to be, of course, doing some more team reviews at 8:30. So get your teams submitted to me. And yeah, I honestly just keep looking at the 20k subscribers, and I'm still like, yeah. I'm honestly just grateful for you guys, and I'm just still baffled by it. Like last year we hit 10k around about similar time. I think it was maybe like the 28th. So we've doubled our growth in that time. Like imagine if we double it again, if we go from 20 to 40. Like, man, unbelievable! Like genuinely unbelievable stuff. So yeah, let's keep going. Let's see where we're at. I brought in Walter Muller. Is that a good option? Yes. I'm sticking with Pedro. Just see how the next few... I think that's the clever play. Just stick with João Pedro. The fixtures are there. He is a good FPL player. And you never know. If Enzo doesn't play today, you might get a penalty out of him. How to submit teams for team reviews. If you head over to my Twitter, you will see a tweet that says, Deadline Live, leave team reviews here. All you do is got to put it under there. Just make sure you follow me as well. And yeah, Obviously, while we've got a lot of people in the chat as well, if you haven't already seen that me and Tom are going to be launching an exclusive podcast with an exclusive Discord that is going to be coming out very, very shortly. We did our first pilot episode this week over on his YouTube channel. We're launching the FPLCartel. It's something that we've been working on for a little bit. We're very, very proud of what we've been building, and hopefully within the next few weeks we can announce it to you guys and obviously give you access to of course join. Like I said, it is going to be an exclusive Discord server that you can get access to. You know, there's going to be certain sections. There's going to be a deadline section in there, which I think a lot of people will, of course, find very, very useful, because me and Tom finish our streams very early. We finish about 9. We let the big boys go and do their things. And for the same price it's going to pay for you to get access into this is what you would probably pay for a super chat to one of these guys, just get them to read one question out. We're in there. There's prizes available. Like I said, there's that exclusive podcast between myself and Tom. If you want to go and see what it's all about, head over to his channel right now. The pilot episode is up. And when, of course, it is available to be announced, we will be launching it very, very shortly. So, yeah, start building up some hype for the FPL Cartel and hopefully see a few of you in the Discord as well. Be great to obviously chat to you guys on there and, yeah, just get to know you. So when it does launch, we'll let you know. Am I mad to bench Bruno for DCL? I mean, it is a good fixture for DCL. It's probably like his best game, isn't it? It is his best game, so yeah, go for it. Hi, Tom. Would you bench boost with Dubravka, Watkins, Senesi, Anderson? Yes, and welcome to the FPL Tom fan pack. Thank you very much for joining and becoming an exclusive member. Really appreciate that, bro. Really appreciate that. Like I said, we're going to do team reviews in a bit. We've just hit 100 likes on today's stream as well, so thank you very, very much for, of course, helping me achieve that. So appreciate that, guys. Appreciate that. In a wild card, would you have Bowen and João Pedro or Isaac and Gui? Oh, I think this week, off the basis of the information we've got, we probably would go Bowen and João Pedro. But after next week, we very easily could be looking at Isaac. I still think that probably this week, I probably would go with João Pedro and Bowen. Hi, Tom. Stack or and die, or do I just bench boost? I think you could bench boost with that. It's fine. Hi, Tom. This is my team. Rare, Gabriel, Tarkowski. What should I do? Roll. Very easy roll that. If you've got probably the bench boost active, get it active. But I think that's a very easy roll. Best striker to swap Chris Wood for. What price is he at these days? Maybe like Walter. I think you've got Walter, and then you're probably looking at like going down to Thiago, DCL, Foster. Yeah. He's gonna do something crazy, isn't he, this week? He's gonna maybe like miss a penalty. I think that's probably what's gonna happen. DCL miss penalty. I mean, hey, if Dubravka saves it, I ain't complaining. Yeah, I think Walter Marder's gonna be fine for the next 4 to 5 game weeks. I think after that, next international break, probably would then be, you know, maybe a little bit more of a problem further down the line. Yeah, I think I probably would get rid of Evan Nielsen. It probably would be Walter Marder, Bowen, João Pedro. Those would probably be the picks. Or downgrade him completely to a very dud option. Bowen captain. I think it's Haaland this week. It's a very easy Haaland pick up this week for me, in my opinion. Yeah, I don't think there's any point looking elsewhere, in my opinion. Yeah, the one at Chef Wednesday as well was absolutely horrific. Yeah, was horrific. It just was. Mateta and Virgil to Walter Marder and Gabriel next week. Thoughts? yeah, not bad moves. Transfer and die or roll. Roll. Hi, Tom. Enzo and Anthony playing today. I have both in my starting 11. Okay, that's fine. As long as you've got a little bit of bench cover just in case the worst does happen. But overall, I think you'll be pretty decent. Worthwhile guarding to put Haaland and Salah in my same team. I want to see how Salah does this week before making any kind of conclusive decisions on him. That is why I'm planning on rolling this week. Hi, Tom. Stack to Paqueta or Evan Nielsen to Bowen. Ooh, Stack. Some Leeds fans are saying Tanaka might come in, so maybe that's going to be the move. And then I do like Evan Nielsen to Bowen. I think if you're going to make that move, you've got to make it this week. Am I bench boosting? I would say we're pretty much, we're going to be bench boosted. I'm just probably going to wait. I probably won't lock it in on the deadline, but I'm probably just going to wait and make sure that Kaisedo is maybe in the leaks. Like, we might get something just before the deadline. And if that is the case, then, of course, I'll lock it in. Bayern versus Dortmund today. Will you be watching? No, I won't be watching. But, yeah. They're both unbeaten, right, going into this game. So, should be an interesting one. What are you thinking of Sesko? Have 3 transfers. Plan on getting Bruno, Richarlison, and Wood out for Bowen, Saka, and Sesko. Not bad. Like, his XG has been very skewed from the Brentford game where he, had 3 bites at the cherry. Like, that has definitely elevated his numbers. But he is scoring. United do have all right underlying XG as well. So, maybe not. Kudus and Bowen over Enzo and João Pedro on a wild card. Too risky. Probably. I do just think Enzo, if he is fit and available today and the long term, is just going to be a great pick while Palmer's out. 3 free transfers. Tempted to transfer Bruno and Dye and Romero for Saka, Paqueta and Botman. Yeah, I don't mind those moves. I think they're all right moves. PS, congrats on 20k. Thank you very much, man. You read my message above. I have 4 free transfers. Maybe, mate. You might need to put it in again. Hey, Tom. Oh, I'd still roll. Take 5 into next week. Everton versus City and Fulham Arsenal. Isn't bench boost a bad idea? This is the thing, I'm just aiming to get over 10 and I want to get this chip out of the way. Like I said, if Salah goes off this week, I want a route where I can have Haaland and Salah within my team. And I think the only way to be able to do that is to get a cheap dud player. So bench boosting this week so I can then not have to worry about a bench boost again is probably going to be it. So yeah, that is why. That is where my head is at. And if, like I said, I've put it in Solio, I've put it in Review, I've put it in Fantasy Football Hub. All of them are saying there's maybe a 1 to 2 point margin difference if I go this week or game week 9. 1 to 2 point margin doesn't feel like kind of skewing up transfer plans and maybe denying myself like Salah. There's bigger gains to be had. If Salah pops this week, we go get him next week because we've got 5 in hand and we can make those. So that is kind of where my thinking is at. Is those transfers are going to be... Those transfers and getting, say, certain players in next week is probably going to be more valuable to my EV and overall point scoring over the next few weeks than if I play the bench boost and hold on 1 more week. That is where my head is at. Yeah, you can't roll 38 transfers. You can only roll up to 5. So next week, we're going to have to make a transfer or we're burning. Start Foster or in die. I play in die, penalties. Hi, Tom. If you have Enzo and Kaisedo in my team and they don't play, will they automatically be replaced by the midfielders on my bench? It will be whoever your first subs are. So, for example, for me, if I say Kaisedo and Semenyo don't play in my team, it would be Ndai and Anderson that would come in, right? That's how it works. So it's whatever your bench order is here. But of course, you've got to have the minimum amount of players playing in here. So, if, say, for example, Gabriel didn't play, it wouldn't be Ndai that would come in. It would be Anderson that would come in because you can't have the defenders. Any Kaisedo news? No, we need some, don't we? We're gagging for some Kaisedo news. He did post it on his Instagram that he would be playing. Well, not that he would be playing, but his graphics. So, yeah, let's see what happens. Eh? I'm going to blow my nose again. I still don't think I would do them. I don't think I'd make those moves yet. Unless we get like a leak saying like Enzo's going to play. So yeah. What do you think of Gyökeres to Waltemada, Fernandes to Saka, and Dye to Saar? There's a little bit of luxury in there. There is a little bit of luxury in there. So that is probably where my head would be at. You want to see the coin? I don't think there's kind of been any like coin decisions this week, isn't there? But you know what? Let's just say, for example, bench boost this week is going to be tails. Bench boost next week is going to be heads, okay? Heads. Now that's saying bench boost next week. But the coin this year, you usually go the opposite way round. You usually go the opposite way round this year with the coin. That's how the coin has been working. If anybody would like a go on the holy coin, by the way, any questions you've got, please let me know, and yeah, we'll answer some for you. What do I think about Doku? Probably not a pickup for me. Probably not a pickup for me. Coin flip, start and die, or Rinders. Hell yeah, we can do that. Heads is going to be in die, tails is going to be Rinders, okay? Tails, which I think was Rinders, right? Trust the holy coin. Coin. Yeah, people love the holy coin. And for very good reason. It does help sometimes. It helped me last year settle a lot of big decisions. So yeah, there you go. It did select Rinders. If anybody else wants to go on the coin, let me know in the chat. And yeah, we'll get some more coins going. Is Grealish out? Why is he red? It's because he's loan. Yeah. So he can't play this game, but he'll be back next week. There you go. That means start and die. There you go. Heads, captain, Haaland, tails, Salah. All right, you've given me them for them, Paddy. It's heads. It's heads, which is Haaland. Ndai, Senesi, or VDV. I probably would go either Ndai or Senesi. Senesi probably has the better floor. Ndai maybe the better ceiling with, of course, the penalties. Does Alderente start? He's been pictured in training, so make of that what you will. Come on, guys, let's get some coin questions. Yeah, we've got some coin time before, of course, we do team reviews in 1 minute. We've had another good batch sent over, so we'll go and take a look at those in a quick second. Yeah, a decent amount. I'm just looking at my phone now. Decent amount of teams sent in. So thank you very much. Coin flip, Van de Ven or Canate. Okay. Heads is going to be Van de Ven. Tails is going to be Canate, okay? It's heads. There you go. One love from Somalia. Thank you, man. Hey, Tom. Congrats on 20k. Appreciate that. Bruno or Senesi. I would play Bruno this week. Yeah, I'd still go Bruno. Do I get rid of Ndai or Bruno? I'd be more tempted to get rid of Bruno than Ndai. I think once you get this fixture out of the way, there are some good games coming up for Everton. He is a penalty taker. He does hit defensive contributions occasionally. Like, look, you got the Tottenham game, which I think they can definitely win off the back of Tottenham playing European football. Sunderland, good fixture. Fulham, United, like there are just good games in here. This probably is the period where I would sell him, and then of course he's off to AFCON anyway. So Newcastle, Bournemouth, Forest, Chelsea, that feels like there's only probably one good fixture, and that's only if Ange is still there. So yeah, game week 13 feels like the right time to hop off and die. So yeah, that's where I would be with that one. Right, it has just gone past. Let's get some team reviews done for you guys. Let's head over to the Twitter. Where's the Twitter? Here we go. Of course, this is going to be the final batch that we are going to do for today. If you do want your team rated by me in future weeks, make sure, of course, you are hitting that subscribe button. Make sure as well you are following me over on Twitter. What was the last one we did? This one? Probably bench boost, yes. Let's just say it was that one. Right. Elliot to Enzo or Saw. Also small possibility of going VDV to Gabriel, but might keep the transfer as I can't see Gabriel getting DEFCON in the upcoming games. Tom Hadley, amazing graphic. If you were confusing me with Tom Hadley, I'm not Tom Hadley. But Tom Hadley's amazing graphic does do wonders. Yeah, I probably would do Elliot to Enzo if we get news. If you've got the money to do that, that 100% would be the best news. And your defence looks fine. Just, obviously, you've got Raya, so you've got some Arsenal coverage. Bench boost active. Looks like a very nice bench boost. Hopefully it picks up some decent points. My afternoon with FPL Tom. Cheers, mate. Just rolled to 4 free transfers. Nice, yeah. I don't see any big concerns. Maybe Mbuemo would be the one, but other than that, yeah, I think you're good. I think you're good. You got your bench boost active? No, you played in game week 2. Good lad. Choosing my starting XI, what chips when shall I play my chips? Again, it's probably going to be after game week 10 where we're going to be looking at free hit and stuff like that. Get your bench boost if this is just your first team. Get your bench boost out of the way nice and early. That would be my advice. And you've got a decent team here where you could probably get it out of the way maybe next game week. Leave bench boost due to the doubts. Yeah, I think if we get news, Enzo is going to be all right. Maybe go for it. Foster is a little bit of a concern though, so yeah, maybe do just leave it this week. What would you change? 2 free transfers. Probably maybe Anderson, but that's a very luxury move. So probably it would be Livramento. It looks like he's going to be out for a few weeks. Use that money to either make a move to Burn or maybe another Arsenal defender if you can get the budget for it. Yeah, you've got the budget. Gabriel, boom. Go double Arsenal defence. Soboslai as well probably would be a player I wouldn't want to have longer term. So yeah. I'm guessing this is your wildcard team. Kilman and Juve. No, that's overkill. Get rid of Juve. Don't like Marlon. Don't like Juve. Don't like Kudus longer term as well. So there's a few iffy picks in there. Kaisedo and Enzo. What should I do? I mean, you're fine. Like, if Enzo doesn't play, you've got Senesi, you've got Gahey. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Yep, fine looking team. Definitely rollable this week. I would be tempted to maybe play Lacroix or Senesi ahead of Romero. Just my personal thinking. 4 free transfers with a bench boost still to play. It's my brother's team, so give him some advice. Tell him to play the bench boost now and roll. Genuinely, yeah, play the bench boost now, roll. Take 5 into next week and rebuild. Tom, would you reckon subbing Eze for and die? Nah, I think I probably would leave it with Eze. Am I in the corner of that one? I am. Team's looking very good, mate. I would be tempted to maybe play the bench boost this week. Yeah, I'd play the bench boost this week. You've got no major concerns, so yeah, get that bench boost active. And then maybe and die to Enzo in future weeks. There you go. 0. Good looking team. Good looking team. Whom to bench? I'd be definitely benching Xavi and Van de Ven and playing Gokares and Pedro. Yeah. 3 mil in the bank. I sold Bruno to Enzo. Saka is coming in soon. Nice. You got a little bit of bench cover in case Kaisedo and Enzo, of course, don't play. Bench boosting. What do you think? Good. Like I said, as long as we get that Enzo positive news, you're going to be decent. You're going to be decent. Right. Thank you, everybody, for sending in their teams. Really appreciate that. Thank you, everyone. Legends, as always. Do keep the questions coming in. Of course, as well, keep the subscriptions coming in. Let's see where we can get this channel by the end of the year. I was hoping for 20 by the end of the year. So the fact that we've done it midway through October, we're in a very, very good position. So yeah, let's keep those subs coming. Let's keep the likes coming. Let's, like I said, just see where we end up. Let's just see where we end up. Hey, who knows? We might go to the moon. That would be great. Morning, Tom. Tielemans to Saw or Enzo? I would probably move to Enzo. if he's in the starting 11. Otherwise, Sar's a great move. Sar is a good move. Petrovic or Dubravka? Probably Dubravka this week. Is Thiago worth keeping over Gyökeres? Yeah. Gyökeres hasn't done anything where I'd be like, buy him. You know what I mean? Congrats on the 20k. Yeah, thank you very much. We managed to hit it earlier, and yeah, happy days. Happy days. We're gonna have a good day today. We've got some champagne that was courteously bought from me for Matcha Mills. So yeah, we've got some 20k champagne in the cupboard. So yeah, we're gonna give it the old. And yeah, see what happens. Do I sell and die to Kudus and Richarlison to Walter? Currently starting Kaisedo and die Semenyo. I don't think that. No, I don't think personally for me those ones make sense. Just make sure you're following me. Sometimes like X can be a little bit weird on stuff like that. Bench boost with Dubravka, Lacroix, Kudus, and Stack. Yeah. Would you bench boost Alderente, Longstaff, Dubravka, Gahey? Yeah, probably would. Is Isak a lock for this game week? I think if I was on a wildcard, yeah, definitely would be a lock. I think if people have got Gyökeres like myself, it is very much a luxury transfer. Would you start Walter or Rinders? Congrats on 20k. I would start Walter. I got Enzo, Saka, Kudus, and Semenyo. Nice midfield. What do you think of the Chelsea defence? Good investable. I know they've obviously been down there for XG conceded, but you've got to look at some of the games. They've had quite a few red cards already this season. I think they will be better numbers throughout the rest of the year. João Pedro isn't on my top 5 strikers to own right now. I could make 3 teams with different players and still not end up with him. Look, I get it. The form is 100% out of the window. It's not good at the moment. I get it. I just look at the fixtures and I look at a guy that is probably going to play very good minutes, and I do just go, let's just stick with him and go with him. Would you go Walter or Gordon? Both have massive pros, both have massive cons. If you're looking for a penalty taker, Gordon is going to be the one. He is the confirmed one, but I do think there could be more doubts around minutes with Gordon. Walter, though, is in a really purple vein of form, and you know, sometimes you catch players like that and they just are unstoppable. Yeah, they're just absolutely ridiculous sometimes when you get players like that. So yeah, I want to captain Pedro this week. I'm using a bench boost to make up for not captaining Haaland. If he cooks, should I do this? Yes or no? Early kickoff against Mahatma Gandhi, I probably would play it safe. Go with Haaland. Yeah. I'm form over fixtures every time. I guess it's one of those, isn't it, where if you think the fixtures breed the form, might be the one. Do you know why so many people are wanting to bench boost when so many people own Anderson, who plays Arsenal, and Dyer, who plays City? It will be because it's just the most useless chip within the game, and people just want to get it out the way. Defcon as well has made even these picks here with not the best fixtures still playable. Still, like, genuinely still playable assets. Because if Anderson and Tarkowski don't concede 2 and get Defcon, that's 4 points from both of those guys. That's 8 already made up on your bench boost. Then you factor in the other guys just playing, like, you're going to be fine. You're going to be fine. Terry says, hey, congrats on 20k. You're my fave Saturday content. Appreciate that, bro. He says, do I play and die or Paqueta? Oh, I probably would go with Paqueta. Yeah, I'd probably go with Paqueta. Is Enzo playing? We're yet to see. Has a player ever popped off in an early kickoff? Yeah, there's been players that have popped off in early kickoffs. Or maybe Walter Marder is taking the pens on Premier. No, I don't think it is. I don't think it is. It's just Gordon wasn't on the pitch when the penalty was won. That's the reason why. Bench boost with Xavi, Romero, Enzo / Kaisedo. I think, yeah, as long as we get the team news through, the leaked team news, yeah, I'd go for it. Free Defcon plus Bournemouth attacking style allows Senesi to play more upfield. Yeah. Sell Isak to Walter Marder and get Semenyo. Yeah, good moves. Start Anderson or Tarkowski. Maybe Anderson, just with it being the home fixture, is the only thing I could probably say on that one. Any up on Alderente? No, we know he's in the. We know he's been training. That's about as good as we've got. Does anyone have a Liverpool player from their squad? No, and that is why I want to roll next week and see how Liverpool get on. Because if they look good, we definitely could be invested in some Liverpool players. Bench boost, Dubravka, Anderson, Rinders, Goodmanson. Yep. Bench boost with Alderente and Anthony. Ooh, I probably would be maybe a little bit. Like, I think if you've got 2 doubts, maybe doesn't make it worth it. Yeah, probably doesn't make it worth it. Yeah, agreed, Abby. Yeah, you make great points there as well. Gordon is the penalty taker. It is just whether or not Gordon's on the pitch when he gets them. Of course, if you are enjoying today's stream, make sure you are liking the stream. Make sure as well you're hitting that subscribe button. Of course, we've hit 20k. Let's just see where we can get to by the end of the year. Just keep the good times going. Keep the journey rolling. And yeah, like I said, just let's just see where we get. Like, who knows? Could be an awesome season. Would you do Xavi Simons, Walter Marder to Enzo for Bowen for free? Yeah, probably would. Would you bench boost with Dubravka and Dyson, Essie and Estev? Yes, I'd go with it. I'm tempted to put Konate in. Yeah, I don't think he probably would be the one. Is Enzo fit to start? We're still waiting for news on that front. Eze and Cucurella or Gordon and Timber? Probably more towards Gordon and Timber. What would you do? I think you could very easily roll through that team. Maybe Brian and Mbuemo or Fernandez out. One of those two out. Probably more leaning towards Mbuemo out. Tom, what would you do with the team? Same as yours, but Richarlison instead of Pedro and only 0.2 in the bank. I probably would maybe go down to like Thiago. That's probably where my head would be at with that move. Would you start between Senesi and Estev? I'd go Senesi. Should I triple captain Haaland week? It's not a bad week to go for it if you want to go for it. The projected goals are looking pretty decent. Not one of the best weeks, but still, it's Haaland. He's in a very rich vein of form. Had a little bit of a break as well over the international break. So, yeah, why not? Should I triple captain? We did that one, sorry. So, yeah, that's where we're at. We've got over 300 people in today's stream as well. So, thank you very much, guys. Absolutely smashing it, as always. So, do keep the likes coming in. Keep the subscriptions coming in. And, yeah, let's just see where we end up today. See where we end up. We aren't going to do any more team reviews. We did our batch a little bit earlier. So, of course, if you are new to this channel, make sure you are subscribing with bell notifications on so you will be notified when, of course, we do go live in future. Morning, Tom. Popping in from the Golden Goal stream. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well as well, Paul. Yeah, I hope you're having a good morning. Send my best regards to Tom as well. Obviously, if you didn't know, we are launching the FPL Cartel, which is going to be our exclusive podcast and Discord service, where, of course, you can sign up, get access to myself and, of course, Golden Goal. So if you enjoy both of our contents early on Saturday mornings and just throughout the week generally, it's going to be, like I said, an exclusive podcast between the two of us. We've got our Discord launching as well, where you can ask us questions. There's going to be prize mini leagues as well, which are free to enter, completely free to enter for anybody that does join the Discord. So lots going off in there. We've got loads of great features lining up. It will be announced very, very shortly. And yeah, for the price of probably paying a super chat, you can get yourself into our Discord and pretty much get access to two of, you know, very established content creators within the space. So why would you not? It seems like a pretty good deal to me. So yeah, get yourself into the FPL Cartel. We will be announcing it very, very shortly on all of our socials as well. Thoughts on Declan Rice? I think there's just better Arsenal picks. Gabriel Raya, Timber, Eze, Saka, all better picks in my opinion. Thoughts on selling Watkins to João Pedro, Bowen and Mateta? All players I probably would go for. Tom, I have to be a moderator for you both on the cartel. I will be a member for sure. Love that, Paul. We'll definitely look at some moderators when we get the Discord cooking. Glad to see you you're thinking about signing up, man. Appreciate that. It's going to be a good good thing that we're looking to build there. So yeah, appreciate that, man. FPL Tom hit 20k. We did indeed. Alderente update was pictures and training yesterday. That's about all we've got. Hey Tom, your Chelsea info under the stream is not correct. Enzo trained yesterday and Kaisedo and not trained in some part training. Oh yeah, that was from the quotes from yesterday's press conference. So that would have been Thursday's. It's just taken from that press conference. That's all it is. Salah or Haaland as captain. I would go Haaland captain, Paul. I would go Haaland captain. But if you fancy him being a bit risky, a bit differential, yeah. My cousin used her wildcard. Her 11 is Pope, Timber, Richards, Lacroix, Saka, Semenyo, Enzo, Kaisedo, Haaland, Isak, and Mateta. She's only 9, and I'm currently top of the family mini league. It really annoys you, doesn't it, when the 9-year-olds or people that don't have probably the best of knowledge do a lot better than you. It does annoy you, but hey, it's a good team. Wish her all the best, and hopefully as well, a future subscriber further down the line. I don't feel risky. If you don't feel risky, my man, just go for the Haaland one then. Go for the Haaland one. Simple as that. Would you take Mbeumo out? Yes, I would take Mbeumo out. If I've got the money to go up to Saka, very easy move. Enzo, if we get news that he's fully fit and available, there's where we would be in terms of players this week. Before we finish up today, we are going to have a sing-song to celebrate 20k. We just are. If you've ever been in one of my streams before, it's been a while since we've had a sing-song. We used to do stuff for likes. We'd be like, oh, if we hit 150, we'll do a cartwheel. I have done a cartwheel before. It didn't go great, did the cartwheel. But yeah, we'll have a little bit of a sing-song a little bit later. Yeah, please don't spam in the chat. We'll get round to questions as and when. So yeah, please don't spam, but we will get round to them. Don't worry yourself. We will get there. Andy's in the chat. Hope you're doing good, my friend. Grats with the 20k. Thank you very much. Is this a good defence? Munoz, Van der Ven, Gabriel and Timber. Probably Van der Ven over the next few weeks. I would look to move out. Is Walter Marder a lock? I think he's a pretty decent pickup. I have no Arsenal attack assets. Should I sell Salah to Saka and Richarlison to Isak for a -4 or play the wild card? I would just give it one more week, see how Salah gets on. It's a good fixture. They've got the best projected goals this week, according to the bookmakers. So I would leave it for one more week and then make your move up. You either got, the transfers there to make that move, or of course you've got that wild card. Is Kaisedo going to play the 90? I don't know. I hope so. I really, really hope so, especially if we're going to bench boost. I'm going to wait as long as possible before activating my bench boost. Like, I'm pretty much going to activate it. I just want to get, if there's any leaks, if we find out there's a leak and he's in it, great. She used to hate football, but she's starting to like it now. I took her to Accrington Stanley at home earlier in the year, and she refused to go home until the Scotland match finished the other day. Oh, bless her. That's what it's all about, though. Sometimes I used to hate football as a kid, and then now I'm obsessed with it. It's obviously I spend all my time talking about FPL. At work, I'm obviously dealing with football all the time. So yeah, it's kind of one of those, isn't it? Triple captain Salah or Bowen? I would be more tempted with Salah this week with the fixture that he's got. Yeah, that's where I'd be more tempted with. More tempted with that one. When to activate the wildcard? This week's a good week. Or your next window is going to be 12, 13 is probably where I would go. That's probably where my mind would be at. Do I sell Pollard to Chalobah? Yeah, I like that move. Thinking of Xhaka punt or go for Rinders. Yeah, Xhaka's a good option. I like Xhaka. I think he's probably one of the best value mids in the game right now. What are the updates on Kaisedo and Enzo? Nothing as of yet. We're going to have to wait and see. Again, we're hoping we probably get a leak. I'm going to put a tweet out asking if anybody's got a Chelsea leak. Anyone have a Chelsea? There we go. Yeah, Xhaka and Longstaff are probably the two best value mids in the game right now. So if you are on a wild card or looking for a cheap midfield option, it's Xhaka and Longstaff. They're the two go-to guys in that cheap midfield bracket. What do you think of Pope in goal? Not bad. Yep, fine. Fine option. If you are enjoying today's stream, like I said, make sure you're hitting that subscribe button. Let's see where we can get the channel by the end of the year. Hit that subscribe button as well. Yeah, I guess we're going to have to come up with like a new goal. I mean, I've been saying 20k for so long in videos. Yeah, I guess we're going to have a new one now. What do Enzo or Kudus? Enzo. That's what I was thinking of. Minter. Minter's also a good option. In Walter worth transferring in. Not a bad transfer in. Kudus, Enzo, Saar. Pick two for a wild card. Enzo and Saar. If I can't afford Rinders, do I go Xhaka over Minter? Ooh, I think Xhaka, for the price that he is probably better value than Minter, in my opinion. What do you think about Konate in the defence? Nah, I don't quite think so. Would you have Kaisedo and Minter or Enzo and Longstaff? I would have Enzo and Longstaff, especially if you've got your bench boost out of the way. That's the way that I would probably look at it. 25k, says Andy. Bro, that would be very ambitious. I don't personally see it. I think we would maybe have to go on a little bit of a mad tear with like rank. So I don't personally see it, but maybe. New target, destroying Let's Talk FPL. Hey, bro, if I ever got close to his numbers, we would go for it. Bench boost off. No, it's not off, Tom. I am just waiting for the last minute to activate it, just in case we get any Chelsea news. But like it's pretty much going to happen. Like if we get no Chelsea news, I'm gonna activate it later on. But I'm just waiting to see if we get anything. Like, if we get anything and he's in there, it automatically confirms it. If we get it and he's not in there, then I'm not going to activate it. But if we get nothing, I'm probably going to activate it. Does that make sense? That's where my head's at anyway. Is Bowen better than Watermarder? I think Bowen probably longer term will be. But I think Watermarder, the form that he's in, the purple vein of form, definitely will be a good option. Should I bench boost? Should I bench Rinders? Depends who you're going to be benching him for. For Xhaka, that's a toughie. That is a toughie. Do keep your questions coming in. Obviously, we are approaching 9 o'clock, and that is usually when all the big boys do go live, and that is usually, obviously, when we wrap up. But we'll keep going while the views are here, while the vibes are still good. Of course, as well, like I said, if you are enjoying today's video, make sure you're hitting that like button. Make sure you're hitting that subscribe button as well. Will Enzo start this week? We're going to have to wait for leaks on that one. Senesi or Gehi? I think I probably would maybe go Gehi, but both could do exceptionally well this week. Both have the ability to hit defensive contributions. Both have the ability to pick up assists as well. We've seen that already this season. Both are pretty good defenses as well. So I think there could be a lot of heartbreak this week with a lot of people having, you know, a Richards or a Gehi on the bench. There could be a lot of that. Bench Rinders for Kaisedo? Probably not. Is Rinders the best mid under 6.4? No. Rinders or Kudus? I would play... Oh, I'd play probably Kudus ahead of Rinders this week. Vicario or the Sunderland goalkeeper? Neither, really. I think if I was going to pick a goalkeeper, I'd be maybe more tempted with, like, Petrovic. Bench Goodmanson or Munoz. I have Semenyo. I mean, you could still play Munoz. Like, you could get very easily an attacking return, right? Any idea if Ekdal will start? I think he should, right? I think he should. I think I've seen him in some of the predicted lineups. Just head over to FPL Meerkat's Twitter and just check the predicted lineups. TC Haaland this week, not a bad idea. Definitely could be a chip you could get out of the way and use on Haaland. I'm personally going to wait till after game week 10 and we find out what Palace are doing in the Carabao Cup. If they progress, then of course the likelihood of a double/blank game week increases, which then of course gives us weeks where we might want to play the free hit or of course TC. Kaisedo or Mbuemo. I play Mbuemo ahead of Kaisedo. Anderson or Richards on a wild card. I think both are great. Probably would lean more towards Richards. Waltemada or Thiago. Probably would lean more towards Waltemada. I have the same bench as you. Is it worth a bench boost this week? Fixtures don't look great apart from Dubravka. Yes, the fixtures don't look great. And I've said this in a few times in today's stream, but I put this in review. I put this in Solio. I put it in Hub. All of them are saying there's like a 1 to 2 point difference between this week and next week in terms of the bench boost. Let me do it on my laptop quickly. Let me bring up this, see what it's saying for the bench boost for this week. So let me just quickly reset. Reset plan. Let's have a look. So bench boost in this week. The mean gets me 67.1. So that's fine. What about next week if we were just to do it? Big jump. Big jump. But, of course, I do just think, like, it's still looking at it. Like, we're probably going to be averaging, like, not enough to really make it, like, worth it over the longer term. In my opinion, anyway. 303.6. And then this one would be 305. So 2 points over the course of that period of time, like over 5 game weeks on Solo, just doesn't really feel like it's worth it. You know what I mean? So yeah. Bench boost whenever you can't pick what keeper to play. And I think we've probably got a prime example of this week, right? Where Dubravka has a good game, Raya has a good game. Like, all it realistically takes, Dubravka clean, and Ndai plays, Anderson and Tarkowski hit Defcon and don't concede more than 2. That would be a very, very good bench boost. If, for example, Dubravka doesn't keep a clean, and Ndai just gets his 2, and Tarkowski and Anderson hit Defcon again, we're still looking at a pretty decent week. Like, it's one of those where, again, Anderson and Tarkowski could hit 4 each. That's 8 already. And Ndai playing 10, Dubravka playing 12. So yeah, that is it. Did I miss the team reviews? Yeah, we've done 2 rounds at 8 and at 8:30. So make sure for future weeks you're getting yourself in here nice and early. That's when we do the team reviews. It's just the best time to go and do them. Sa or Xhaka? I would probably go for Sa. Should I start Kaisedo and bench Kudus? I'd play Kudus ahead of Kaisedo this week. Yeah, I think that's worth the bench boost. I think Ndai gets Defcon this week. Again, it's a very difficult game. He could, again, get Defcon, get another 4-pointer. We could have guys that could get 4, 8, 12 just from that, and then Dubravka playing. So, yeah. Like, yeah, if we hit 10, I will be very happy with hitting 10 points on the bench boost. I will. Who is the best mid under 6 million? Paqueta probably, Xhaka or Longstaff. They're my picks. Senesi or Stack? Senesi. Would you take out Pedro, Gokres and VVD? They would be players that I would probably be looking to take out, especially probably Gokres and VVD in the next few weeks. Kaisedo or Doku? I probably would play Doku ahead of him. Is Urian Timber and Gabriel still the meta? Yeah. Gakpo or Kaisedo? I play Gakpo. I'm good, John. I'm good. We're having a good day today. We hit 20k subscribers, so the world is good. Life is good. Bench Rinders or Gokres? I would bench Rinders. We're going to have to wait and see. We'll hopefully get some team news, early team news around, obviously, Kaisedo and Enzo. I want Saka in 2 weeks. I can get him, but can't bring myself to sell Rice. You love Rice, don't you, man? If Enzo and Kaisedo play, how many minutes do you reckon they'll get? Probably both above 60, I would say. Just spat a little bit then. I don't know if it came across on screen. I think it did. Whoops. Thank you very much, man. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Chalobah or Burn? I would probably go Chalobah. Bruno is going to stay for now. He will probably maybe be a transfer out within the next few weeks. He just will be. He probably just will be. But yeah, that's where we're going to be at with that one. I am going to wrap up in a minute. We're going to have a bit of a sing-song before we wrap up. Like, it's been a while, and if anybody's been here for a long time, you know usually when we hit big milestones, we have a little bit of a sing-song. Like, whether that be a like target, a subscribe target. It's been a while. It's been a while since we've done one. So we're going to have a bit of a sing-song. We're going to sing my favourite song. We're going to do it. We're going to blast it out. We're going to get some Andy Williams going. We're going to get You're Just Too Good To Be True going. And, yeah, we're just going to go for it. And, yeah, celebrate the 20k in style, eh? Celebrate the 20k subs in style. So, yeah, I've said this in the stream already. I'm extremely grateful for everybody that has hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Whether you've been here since the start, whether you've just joined the channel, I'm honestly extremely grateful for everybody. Like, you're just legends. Genuinely, just legends, as always. I've got so much time for everybody. I appreciate you all. And, yeah. Let's keep this channel growing. Keep the subs coming in. Keep everything flying in, man. And we'll see where we end up, eh? Where we end up. Let me go and grab my headphones, and let's end this stream in style. Let me just quickly go and grab my headphones. Right, headphones have been acquired. Put these bad boys on. I can't hear a thing now. But yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's get some Andy on. Can't take my eyes off of you. We'll get it playing. Let's change the camera up. Let's change the camera up, right? Which camera do we want? We want this one. I hope this is the right one. This is the right one, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna go for it. All right, let's move the chair out the way. Let's get the chair out the way. Come on, guys. If you know the words, sing along. But yeah, thank you very much for 20k subscribers. I am extremely grateful, and yeah, let's see where we can get the channel to go. And yeah, this is all for you. I have the song playing. I'll just kick in when the chorus comes around. But yeah, if you enjoy the streams, you enjoy the videos, hit like, hit subscribe. Let's see where we can take the channel. Thank you very much for 20k on the channel already. And yeah, let's just go for it. Here we go. I love you, baby, and if it's quite alright, I need you, baby, to walk the lonely night. I love you, baby. Trust in me when I say, oh, pretty baby, don't bring me down all day. Oh, pretty baby, don't want the land to stay. Oh, my days. Baby, yes, I love you. Thank you very much, guys. I love you. Let's see where we can get this channel, man. Thank you very much for 20k. Yeah, that was hard doing that with a blocked nose, by the way. Yeah, but yeah, thank you very much. Love you lots. There will be a video tonight. See you there. And yeah, don't do the X Factor. I can't sing, can I? But yeah, thank you very much, guys. Lots of love. Let's smash this year. In a bit. Best of luck in game week 8. I'll post my team. We're probably going to bench boost. See you in a bit.